This is a Tecsun PL-600 AM/FM shortwave radio that I've had for about 2 years. I bought it on Amazon, and it's available still at Amazon and a number of other dealers. It's a little bit more expensive now than when I bought it. However, it is available for less than $100. It is a pretty decent AM/FM shortwave portable. I don't care much for the audio, even though there is you can select wide and narrow bandwidth audio. I don't particularly care for the audio quality, and I think it's somewhat inferior to the other shortwave portables that I have experience with. And it also has somewhat poor selectivity compared to other radios that I'm familiar with. For example, I have a local here on 630 on the AM dial, and I can come down 10 kilohertz or go up 10 kilohertz from a 630, and I still hear the station, whereas a lot of radios these days, the adjacent channel is really quite listenable. You'll certainly get some splatter on the adjacent channels, but you can frequently pick up a good station. But there are a number of positives here. One of the nicest things about this radio, if you'll notice over here on the right, we've got a regular good old-fashioned knobs, and they do have a very good feel to them. This is the tuning knob, obviously, up here. It's larger than the other two. We have a volume control down here. No need to use buttons to control the volume. And then also this knob here is fine tuning when listening on a single sideband on shortwave, and it also has a center detent there so that you know when it's centered. Another real positive about this radio is that it seems to be very sensitive. I have heard stations on shortwave that I have not been able to hear on other shortwave portables. Now, I, as a matter of routine, use an external antenna. You can see where I have plugged in an external antenna connection here. So I commonly do that, but I typically use the same antenna when I'm playing with various shortwave portables. And this radio does have a lot to recommend it as far as sensitivity goes. As is commonly the case, there's an antenna gain switch over here on the left, and usually if those switches are present, they are just two position, DX and local. Well, this is actually a three position, DX, normal, and local. So that's something that you don't see on a lot of radios. I can't recall ever actually having seen that on any of the other portables that I currently own. It has 600 memories for those that are interested in storing stations into memory. And let's take a look here at some shortwave operations so we can kind of get a feel for that. Yeah, I tuned in some hams here on 40 meters, and I've got a lot of noise today. There's actually some storms in the vicinity, but this button here takes the radio out of single sideband mode and back into single sideband mode, and there's it says SSB on there when you're in sideband mode. And then there's two bandwidths, narrow and wide, and I'm now in the wide mode. And for tuning in single sideband, this fine tuning is what you use here So there we're significantly detuned from where we need to be. And there's a single sideband signal. I want to show you how the tuning speed works on this. The tuning speed is selected by this button right here, and there are 3 different settings. What I have it in right now is fast, and when on the AM broadcast band, that tunes every 10 kilohertz, which is exactly what we need for North America. It can be set to 9 kilohertz, of course, for Europe and those places that have that particular spacing. On shortwave, for example, here the fast is actually 5 kilohertz, and then if I go to FM, the fast is 100 kilohertz, or 1/10 of a megahertz. So I can then also select slow, which is 1 kilohertz, and that's true whether I'm in shortwave or AM. And in FM, it's 10 kilohertz or 0.01 megahertz. But I can also select, if I select a mode where neither fast nor slow is displayed here, it will start off in slow, and then if I speed up, it will automatically shift to fast. So if that does what you want it to do, then that works very nicely. Otherwise, you can force it to stay in either slow mode or fast mode. So that's the Tecsun PL-600, well worthy of consideration. As I mentioned, there are some things that I don't like about it, but it is a prized radio in my collection, and something to give serious consideration to for AM, FM, and shortwave portable operation.